Imagine, taking those story ideas buzzing around in your head
Hmm.
and turning them into actual visuals, like full storyboards.
Yeah, with characters that actually look the same from frame to frame.
Exactly. Almost like magic.
Yeah.
Well, today we're diving into a tool that seems to promise just that. It's called TensorArt.
Ah, yes, TensorArt. I've looked into this one. It's an AI platform primarily for image generation.
Right. So our mission today is to unpack how it works, specifically for creating those consistent character designs for storyboards.
Sounds good. Let's see if it really is a game changer for visual storytelling.
Okay, so first things first, getting started. It's just the usual, right?
Yeah.
Sign up or log in.
Yep, pretty straightforward. Once you're in, you'll see a bunch of different AI tools listed, Flux, DevExtensor, things like that.
We're focusing on the image generation part.
Exactly. And one thing that jumps out is the cost or lack thereof initially.
Oh, yeah. Tell me about that.
Well, they give you 100 free credits every day.
100.
And generating a standard image costs, I think, 0.8 credits, so less than 1 credit per image.
Wow. Okay. So you can actually experiment quite a bit without, breaking the bank.
Definitely. It really lowers the barrier to just playing around, trying things out, which is great for the creative process.
Okay, so let's say I'm in. I want to create my character. Where do I start?
Right. So under the model section, you'll find different options. There's like a 3D option you can choose as a base.
A 3D option.
Yeah, and then you can select different styles on top of that. But the real control comes when you hit Remix.
Remix. What does that do?
That lets you edit the text prompt that the AI uses. And this is really important.
Let me guess. Detail.
Exactly. The more specific you are in that prompt, the better the AI can generate what you're imagining.
Makes sense. So, don't just say a girl.
Right. They had a good example in the info you shared, something like teenage girl, long, straight, dark brown hair, large, expressive brown eyes.
Ah, okay. Going into specifics about features, clothes, everything.
Everything. The clothes, the accessories, each detail helps define that character.
And what about things you don't want, like weird artifacts or styles?
That's where negative prompts come in. You basically list things for the AI to avoid.
Gotcha. Like no hats or not photorealistic.
Precisely. You can also choose the image size, of course. And a tip for the free version, keep the sampling steps under 25. It's just more efficient with the credits.
Good tip. Okay, sampling steps under 25. But the killer feature for storyboards must be consistency, right? How do you maintain that?
Yeah, that's crucial. TensorArt uses seeds. You can use the same seed value to generate multiple images.
Ah, so the character stays recognizably the same.
Pretty much, yes. Or you can generate variations based on the seed of an image you like. It helps keep that visual continuity.
That's clever. And there are ways to tweak the images afterwards, too.
Oh, yeah. You've got options to upscale for better resolution, though that costs more credits. Plus things like InPaint to fix small areas, image to image to use one image to influence another, and that remix feature again.
So lots of control. And I think I saw something about animation.
They do mention the potential to animate the characters you create, which is pretty exciting, opens up even more possibilities down the line.
Very cool. And just to illustrate how flexible it is, they showed changing the prompt, right?
Mm-hmm. They took the character prompt, swapped walking for eating snacks, changed the background description.
And the character stayed the same, just in a new scene doing something different.
Exactly. That's the efficiency win for storyboarding. Define the character once, then generate the different panels quickly.
Okay, this sounds genuinely useful. Now, what if those 100 daily credits aren't enough? If you're doing a big project.
They do have paid options. Pro plans, you can get like a one-day pass or monthly, even annual subscriptions if you need a lot more generation power.
Right, so it scales up if you need it to.
Yeah, offers flexibility depending on your needs.
Okay, so let's sort of recap. TensorArt seems like a really accessible way, especially with the free credits, to generate consistent characters for storyboards.
Absolutely. The key takeaways are use detailed prompts, leverage those seed values for consistency, utilize negative prompts and refinement tools.
And start experimenting pretty cheaply thanks to the daily credits.
Right. And it makes you think, doesn't it, about how these AI tools might fundamentally change the creative workflow for visual artists and storytellers.
Totally. I mean, imagine the time saved, the ability to visualize ideas almost instantly.
It lowers that barrier to entry for visual prototyping significantly. What new creative avenues does that open up?
That's the big question, isn't it? So For everyone listening, think about that. How could using AI to visualize your stories, maybe using something like TensorArt, change your creative process? Definitely something to chew on.
Food for thought indeed.
And that wraps up our deep dive into TensorArt for today. If you found this useful and want to keep exploring AI tools, definitely like and subscribe to AI TLDR.
Yeah, help us keep bringing you these insights.
Want to learn more about TensorArt specifically? Check the link in the description. Thanks for tuning in.